Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, we're going to do a chicken broth showdown where we take several different chicken broths and stocks and put them head to head in a blind taste test to see which one is the most tastiest. As we know, weather can be a big inspiration for cooking. And we also know that chicken broth and chicken stock are very important to many classical dishes. The problem is many of us don't have time to make a stock out of chicken bones, which is really the best way to make it. So the stores always tempt us with the fancy packages to sell us the stuff, much like we did with our canned chili showdown. And as we learned from that showdown, the fanciest package definitely didn't win. So join us as we do our chicken broth showdown. Let's get ready to rumble! So first up, we have to meet all the contenders. First up, from the dollar store, is Kendall Farms chicken broth. Next up, from Walmart, great value, chicken broth. So next up is from Wegmans, is a chicken culinary stock. Next up is Kitchen Basics with their interpretation of chicken stock. And oh my gosh, look at it. It has a chicken right there. So that means they're going to win, right? Because they're the only ones that has a picture of a chicken on it. So here's some more chicken stock from Swanson's. This also is cooking stock, so it means it probably is made from bones and stuff, so it should win, right? Next up, Pacific, but it's the organic variety, so maybe they did something right with this version. Next one, Rachel Ray. This is chicken stock, also probably made from chicken bones, and who knows, it might taste good. Next up, chicken broth, which means it's probably not as good as the stock, right? This is collagen. It's fairly cheap. This is an interesting one. This is wild oats, and this is from, we got it at Walmart. It's organic, reduced sodium, so it's got all kinds of good things for you. In fact, it's 33% less sodium. It's fat-free. We have the other ones just to throw them in. This is the Herb Ox chicken bouillon. So this is just basically powdered, I don't know, animal and salt, just like anything else, but this is the powdered variety of it. This is Swanson's chicken broth. It's also less sodium, so hopefully that works well if you're going to be reducing anything you're cooking. Here's the last one up, is Better Than Bouillon chicken. And this is a chicken base. Now that we've introduced all the contenders, behind my back, Christmas style, Amy is going to secretly number all these contenders. She's going to heat them up, and I'm going to blind taste test them. Now let's get ready for the tasting. Amy has been nice enough to number these things 1 through 6 on the top row and 7 through 12 on the bottom row, which is good because I can't see the numbers except for number 5, which is so clear that it looks like a 5. So starting with number 1, it is colorful like apple juice. Smells like I don't know what. And let's have a taste. I don't know, it tastes like carrot juice almost. So I think that gets an even blah. Who knows? And that's number 1. Number 2 is clearer than the first one, but it's, I don't know. It also doesn't have much of a smell. Got a little aftertaste to it. It had a little salt to it. I was going, yeah, maybe something's going there. And then all of a sudden it hit me, some awful flavor. But yeah, I think that qualifies too. If it didn't have that aftertaste, I'd say maybe that would have been okay. Number 3 is colorful and it's got flakes of something in it. So they're trying to be, so who knows? This might be an okay before I even taste it, right? Doesn't have too much of a smell. Ew! Okay. This is not low sodium. We're going to tell you that. So maybe if you're cooking rice or something that's really dull, go with number 3. Ugh. I don't know what happened with that. I'm going to give that a yuck. I can't even finish that one. All right, number 4. It's got color. Yeah, it's not too offensive. Yeah, this is a blah. This is basically a watered down something. I don't know what the heck happened with that. It just wasn't as offensive as the last one. It's the only thing saving it. So let's go with number 5. Basically, it's water, right? So, are you serious, Amy? This qualifies as broth? What? You sure this isn't vegetable broth? Because it sure doesn't taste like chicken at all. I'm going to be nice. No, there's not enough flavor in there. It gets a yuck. I'm sorry. They got to put a little effort to more than just giving me water. Oh, so this is cloudy. Really? What is this, Amy?
Samples.
So, out of the first half, we're done. We have 4 blahs and 2 yucks. I hope Rachel Ray wasn't in there because I know people are going to just be mad at me, right? So, let's go to number 7. It's cloudy. Is this what you're talking about? It smells like the dog's neighbors did some business in here. Tastes burnt. How do you burn stuff? That's a yuck. I think the winner of today's show will be an okay. That's all I can say. Okay, we're up to 8. We're running out of samples here. Once again, it's cloudy. I can see it says number 8. Once again, it smells like they burnt something. Can this be like a generic and in a name brand and the same manufacturer makes both? Well, it wasn't offensive. I know it's a low sodium because it didn't hit me like that one did. I'm going to make a new category called blah and a half because I don't want to say it's exactly okay, but I'm going to give it a blah plus. Okay? That was number 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, good. It doesn't smell right. It tastes more like vegetable broth. I mean, could these guys have all just mislabeled their stuff? It should be vegetable broth? I'd probably give them an okay for that. Okay, now the aftertaste hits me. Okay, it's cookie time. I think this is well deserved here. Okay, intermission time. Go do what you gotta do, okay? Now that we're back from that break, if I could give Amy's cookie a higher score than these things, I would. And before yesterday, her making those, I would have not thought that was possible. But we're down the home stretch now. We're at number 10. I feel like this is Casey Kasem's. Number 3. Oh my God. We have something here. It's got color. Doesn't smell offensive. It's got a decent amount of salt. It tastes like something, and it doesn't taste like carrots. So we're gonna give number 10 an okay. And if I lose my sanity, I might cheat and just declare that the winner, just so I don't taste this stuff and have a taste off, okay? So keep that in mind. 10 might be the winner. Uh-oh. I think somebody ate that chili and then did their business because this stuff smells like it. Yeah. You know when you've been doing dishes and maybe you didn't feel like washing it out all the way and you just let it sit there for a day or so maybe? Not that we would ever do that. It has that kitchen-y water, food, smell, taste to it. It's not good at all. Number 11, I get that a full-on yuck. Number 12, please. I'm hoping that somebody's out there listening that number 10 wins, because I really don't want this to be an okay. It better be a cluck cluck or a fail. It doesn't smell offensive. It does have color. Oh, great. There's not much flavor at all in it. It just doesn't taste chickeny. It tastes more like vegetable stuff. I'm not criticizing them for being low sodium because there's a need for these things to have low sodium. But if they taste like water, that's not good. But if they taste like carrots, that means they forgot to put chicken stuff in there. So I give this guy a blah. He wasn't evil. He just wasn't happy. So our winner is going to be number 10, but Amy is going to prepare a list of brands for us, and we're going to march them down so we know respectively how brutal they were, okay? And of course, number 10, whatever it is, it'll be last in line because that'll be our winner, right? So without further ado, let's get the contestants all lined up so we can pull the bags off their heads and identify who they are. First of all, I want to give a disclaimer that we know these manufacturers never intended you to drink this in lieu of drinking water, but please understand that when you're cooking something, garbage in equals garbage out. So please use the best ingredients possible. That's the only purpose of this whole thing. I have no idea what order I ate, sampled, whatever these things are. Amy's now going to help reveal these things. I do appreciate your watching, and I hope you hang on to the bitter end, because believe me, I needed Amy's cookie big time. These are horrible. So Amy, drum roll. Number 3 was the single worst one. Yes, I had to resample these because she told me to. She didn't tell me I had to do that ahead of time.
Okay, so the DAL, the loser, 100% loser of Eric's Chicken Broth Challenge, came in last place. Herb Ox Chicken, granulated bouillon.
Shocker, it's powdered. Who would have known they would have lost, but they did. So use this only in an emergency, right? All right. 7 and 11 were both tied for second to last.
Okay, so we'll just do these. These have the distinction to be the bottom. They share the second to the last position in Eric's Chicken Broth Challenge. So they tied for second to the last. The first one is Great Value Walmart's Chicken Broth.
And there you have it. If you have no money, buy this over this, but barely, okay?
Tied for second to the last is number 7, Swanson's Natural Goodness Chicken Broth.
Swanson's Natural Goodness Chicken Broth. Somehow, laundry soap probably would have tasted better than this stuff, but somehow. So that gets us out of the bottom 3. Yay, it can only get better, right? So number 5 is our 9th place.
9th place in Eric's Chicken Broth Challenge is Kendall Farm, straight from the dollar store, chicken broth.
Hey, so for a whopping $1, you beat out this guy for probably $1.50 and one of our standards. So if you wondered why your chicken pot pie tastes like garbage, oh, you know why. Don't use it. So yay.
Place number 8 is entry number 12, Pacific's Organic Chicken Broth.
Oh no. So the previous 4 were all yucks. This is the bottom of the blahs. So it can only get better. So this is Pacific's Organic Free Range Chicken Broth. Sounds pretty good, right? Pretty package. Didn't do so hot. We need 7th place now, which is number 2.
7th place is number 2, the Wild Oats Organic Chicken Broth.
Oh no, reduced sodium, chicken broth, fat-free. Maybe if they would have put a little fat in there, it would have more flavor. So this came solidly in the blah range. All right, so as we continue the mid-blah category, we have number 6 representing 6th place.
6th place is number 6, and it is Rachel Ray's Stock in a Box.
Oh no, Rachel Ray Stock in a Box, the most expensive one out there, pretty face. I love a lot of her products. Somehow, she didn't agree with me today. Too bad for her. So she joins the blah category today. Number 4 is in 5th place.
5th place is Wegmans Chicken Culinary Stock.
So, chicken culinary stock, Wegmans. If that's all you can find, you can't go too much better, right? So that's 5th place. So 4th place is number 1.
4th place, contestant number 1, Kitchen Basics Original Kitchen Stock.
So Kitchen Basics original chicken stock with the chicken on it actually did better than some more expensive and some other well-known products. So once again, this is actually fairly inexpensive. I guess you can't go too wrong by using it, right? So that takes care of the blah category. We're now going into the blah plus, which is basically 2nd and 3rd place. So 3rd place is number 9.
3rd place, contestant number 9, Swanson's Cooking Stock.
Swanson's Cooking Stock, 20% more than before for the same price. But I guess it's, 100% natural, whatever that means. No MSG. I didn't detect anything. It tastes like water plus to me. But anyways, it came in slightly recommended. What is number 2? Basically, 2nd place is number 8. So this is the runner-up. Are my eyes deceiving me?
The runner-up in Eric's Chicken Broth Challenge is number 8, College Inn Chicken Broth.
Oh my God. College Inn, a very cheap brand. I think you can find it almost everywhere. Actually beat out some other well-known people. I would have never known. And it's also 99% fat-free. That means it shouldn't have any flavor to it, but it did better. And it's a broth, not a stock. So that's kind of odd. All right, drum roll please. For the grand champion, numero uno, entry number 10.
The winner of Eric's Chicken Stock Challenge, entry number 10, better than bouillon.
Better than bouillon, reduced sodium. They also make a regular sodium, but we tend to prefer the reduced sodium. And the number 1 ingredient in this thing is chicken meat with natural juices. So there you have it. No artificial ingredients, just chicken. And that seems to win because it is chicken. Better than bouillon, I personally declare this is the best, at least out of this bunch. This is what we will be using on the show for anything that calls for broth or a stock, unless we actually make the real thing. But when we grab something from the store, it will be this. We have used it in the past. We do like it. But this definitely, chili, anything, this would work. But if you do like this episode, please subscribe below, leave a comment, and also go to our website at amylearnstocook.com. And also we're on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook.